He is not that good, as this player's performance all year long has been debatable between fans, and we're going to finally settle that question. Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Today, we might be dropping some hot takes, and who doesn't love hot takes? So let's talk about it. Before that, though, please subscribe. As always, trade deadline season is very much here. We have so many videos coming out, so many things to talk about. Please subscribe to stay in the loop. Okay, so today, again, not a great game. We just dropped the series to a horrible team. We're all pissed off. Padres baseball. Welcome to Padres baseball for the new fans. This is what life is like to be a Padres fan. But let's not harp too much on it. Firstly, let's get our AJ Cassaville recap going. Marlins 3, Padres 2. The Padres played 3 low-scoring one-run games in Miami and lost 2 of them. Their offense needs an upgrade or 2, and you figure out that's coming before the deadline. But in the meantime, the lack of depth on the offense is costing them, which is a great summary. So I'm going to talk about the game real quick, but I do want to focus more on, as you probably noticed from the intro, Luis Arraez, our upcoming free agent, supposed to be Tony Gwynn type player, who isn't. He isn't a Tony Gwynn type player. I mean, the fundamentals, yeah, but the results, no. But let's start with the basically literally everything. Dylan Cease for starters. Do I think Dylan Cease is good? Yes. Do I think he can help the Padres make a playoff push? Yes. Do I think he's annoying to watch pitch? Yes. Do I think he's overrated? Yes. Do I think trading him in his walk year is smart if they can get a lot of return? Yes. So yeah. So a lot of reports right now are saying that people are shopping for Dylan Cease and the Padres probably want a good return out of it, which is good, right? I just made a video talking about how I don't want to trade Dylan Cease, and I don't want to trade Dylan Cease unless the package is something that helps us significantly. And I'm not saying now and I'm not saying in the future, like years from now. I'm talking about now. Like if he can help us get a catcher, if he can help us get a left fielder, if he can help us now by getting traded, yes. If it's some prospect that's like 17 years old, not going to see the MLB roster for 5 years, why? Right? We're trying to win now. If we're buying, that means we're winning now. And if we can sell to buy, yes. But that's besides the point, right? Chris is going to have a video on Dylan Cease pretty soon. Also, Marcell Ozuna has been linked, kind of, low-key with the Padres from a different reporter who isn't right very often. So take with that a grain of salt. But yeah, Dylan Cease, I'm not going to say Dylan Cease had a bad game today. It was a little poor defense on some parts that kind of screwed him, but it wasn't a horrible day. It just wasn't a great day. But the way Dylan Cease has pitched this year, I think if we had more consistent these kind of games, I wouldn't hate it. But a 3-for-10 record isn't great. But again, records don't really mean that much. But I mean, yeah, I mean, 2 earned runs because of that home run. Home run wasn't great. That kind of hurt my feelings, but it happens, right? But I actually have a tweet about that I'll show you in a sec. But it wasn't a horrible game, to be honest. Kyle Hart had a pretty good game. And then David Morgan cleaned it up. So bullpen, not a big issue. I like having Kyle Hart out of the bullpen. It's actually been working pretty well. But yeah, I think the bigger problem with today is the offense. Alcantara now has a 6.66 ERA because of how well he pitched. I don't know if he pitched well or we just hit horribly or it's just a little bit of both. But yeah, so let me do this, right? Classic Dylan Cease, ahead in the count, tries to get cute instead of attacking, ends up with a full count and serves up a nuke. Inconsistency at its finest. Yeah, I think people, like I've said before, have figured out his 2-pitch mix, either a fastball or a slider. And you know, with 2 strikes, he's probably going to throw some sliders because he wants you to chase outside the zone. So I feel like it's not really fooling batters as well as it used to. And I'm pretty sure it was a knuckle curve that he hit the home run off of. And it wasn't like it was a horrible pitch. It was just a good swing. Let's put it that way, right? Was that a horrible way to describe that? Maybe. I don't know. You let me know. But I don't think it was the worst thing ever, but I don't think it was definitely good at all. You know what I mean? And then defense, like I said, Manny Machado, 14 errors this season, which leads the MLB. Like, Machado's not a bad defender. It's just that A, he's getting older, and B, his fundamentals have dropped off a little bit, and maybe a little too nice. I don't think it's cause for panic. I know when the moments become biggest, I'm sure he'll pull through, but that's something you definitely got to clean up, and I'm sure he's fully aware of that. But yeah, Mike Shildt said after Sunday's 8-1 win that the offense was trending in a great spot. Then they went to Miami, scored 7 runs in 3 games, and dropped the series 8 days until the trade deadline. Thank you for lying to us, Mike Shildt. You lied to us. No, I don't think he lied to us. I think we all thought that, and then it just didn't happen. Again, that's Padres for you. If you're a pitcher against the Padres, the recipe is pretty simple. Throw fastballs in the zone. Doesn't matter if it's a cookie down the middle. Either the guy will take take it or be late because they're sitting off speed or just straight up hit any type of velo. Because apparently that happens a lot, and I hate it. And you can watch the games. We watch a lot of fastballs down the middle, and that's going to be a topic I'm going to talk about in Arraez just a second. And then, of course, we talked about Trenton Brooks already. Just had a video about a AAA guy who's playing pretty A-okay right now, even though I know full well AAA is not like a be-all, end-all for good performances. That AAA is a hitter's paradise. But Trenton Brooks 0 for 7. Why is he still on the team in high leverage situations? I don't know. But now, okay, like I promised, we're going to talk about Arraez, because Arraez is a player who gives me very mixed feelings, right? I'm about sick of seeing Arraez mannequin challenge meatballs, then fouling off every would-be walk. Average MLB slash 245, 316, 401. Luis Arraez 285, 320, 391. And this dude's likely going to want a bag towards $20 million next season. Love Luis, but I want no part of paying him big money. He's just not a difference maker. Last year, you could say that, right? Last year, I think he made a big difference. Not as good as he was previous years, but still good enough, right? This year is just disappointing, right? And it doesn't look like he's had moments where he was good, don't get me wrong. Like, he's had some really hot streaks, but it doesn't look like it's going to go back to how he was even just a couple years ago. And I'll show you that in a second. But like offensively, another poor day from a lot of people. Machado wasn't horrible. I mean, the RBI is great, right? But like, it's just the rest of the team. No one can stay consistently hot. And that's the biggest problem we have. But let's look at Arraez, right? 2023 is when he had a 354 average. And I know he won the batting title last year, but still, 354 and 314 are a huge difference. You can't argue that. But like, his batting run value is just poor this year. And like, he's fielding poorly. And like, obviously fielding's never his thing, right? But like, his batting run value compared to then to now is just horrible. On base average is just horrible. Batting average is way lower. But still good, but like way lower, 15 points, or math, 25 points. Slug is completely down, exit velocity is down, barrel percentage is down, hard hit percentage is down. His are hitting the sweet spot, squaring up the ball still, that's cool, right? Obviously doesn't strike out that much. Never walks. So you can see the big differences. And I want to point out this last at-bat. There's a street cleaning machine behind me, I'm so sorry about that. Calvin Falker, I don't know who that is, to be honest. But look at this last at-bat, right? I feel like this is the epitome of Arraez. So he always watches the first pitch. It's the ball or strike, right? But if it's a ball, he always watches the next until it's a strike. He doesn't start batting, basically, until he's either down in the count or tied in the count, right? Or, you know what I mean? If he doesn't start batting until there's a strike, right? So he's basically wasting a pitch. And then a ball, and then a ball. Great. And then a cutter on pitch 5, down the middle, called strike. Why? Down the middle, runners on base. I know you want Machado to hit because he does have really good stats with bases loaded. But if you're watching a pitch straight down the middle, why? Like, your whole point is to have bat to ball skills. And then, okay, fine, right? 7, 4-seam fastball, foul, fair, right? But yeah, my whole point I'm trying to make is I hate his like passiveness. I hate his passiveness. I do. Because, like, yes, he's always been passive. Like, it's not like this is, like, new to him. But if your whole point is to be a bat-to-ball player and you just watch very battable balls go by you, like, why? It's just, like, how do I explain it? That, like, you want to be a Tony Gwynn-type player, but the results aren't there. But, like, you're okay with just being so passive that you just watch meatballs. You know what I mean? Like, your whole point is to just bat the ball. And like, we've talked about it before. His launch angle is not as good, so he's popping out a lot more, right? He has 0 slug. He's not hitting home runs. Your whole point is to get on base by getting hits. Because I can show you on this, his on base right now is 320. Not the horrible worst thing in the world, but not great. 393 in 2023 because you had a 354 average. If you could walk a little more, he could have been like a 400 on base percentage, which is great, right? But he's not a walker. He's a hitter. He'll swing at garbage because it works for him. Just not this year, apparently, because 285 average, which again, 285 is not bad. It's just your whole purpose is to be a hit machine, and you're not technically being a hit machine. Like, the stats aren't bad, but for your game, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of wish Arraez would just be more aggressive at the plate. I want you to stop just looking at meatballs down the middle just so you like establish a strike zone in your head. You hit literally everything. What strike zone are you trying to establish? You will hit a pitch that is 5 feet above the strike zone, and sometimes it works out and sometimes doesn't, but you don't. Arraez doesn't care about traditional strike zones. He swings at everything. That's his whole thing. Bat balls. He's gonna bat some balls. So why are we being so passive at the plate? Yes, like I said, I know Machado has a good bases loaded percentages, but why are we taking that risk on a game where we are losing a very winnable game? I'm annoyed. But yeah, this I could keep going all day, but I don't want to annoy you guys with this. But let's one more thing. Just we took 2 out of 3 from the Nationals, but lost 2 to 3 from the Marlins, and then we're gonna play the Cardinals next. And then, like I showed you kind of already, we're gonna play Sonny Gray, who isn't horrible, isn't great, but again, we just lost to a pitcher with a 7 ERA. So hopefully, you Darvish can have a nice bounce back game. But it's frustrating. A frustrating time for a frustrating team with a fan base that is very frustrated. But let me know how you guys feel. Do you think Arraez is washed? Do you think we should re-sign him? I don't. I don't want to re-sign Arraez at all. If he wants to go anywhere and they want to pay him $20 million, for sure. I don't even care if he hits 300 again. For the type of player we need for this team, which is slug, he's not the guy, in my opinion. I don't hate him, in my opinion. But let me know. Sorry. Let me know what you think. Do you like him? Do you hate him? Do you want to dump him? Do you want to sell him? Or do you want to just see what happens, keep until free agency? If we re-sign him, cool. If we don't, we don't. And how do you feel about Cease? Do you think he's washed? Do you want to sell him? Or do you think we should really keep him because he's looking better slowly? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day as always. And please subscribe. Go Padres. And watch a lot of content because there's a lot of trade deadline stuff going on. But yeah, thank you. Goodbye.